All right, lots to watch with the weather for the next several days. All the focus is going to turn to the tropics, and Dorian will be all over that for you, I promise. Let's talk about the here and now first. Right now, the radar picture's not showing us a whole lot. I do expect as we go through our morning, maybe a couple of sprinkles. Once we get past lunchtime, much better chance for more scattered showers. We're going to be sitting in this very unsettled air mass where it looks and feels like it should be raining even when it isn't. We'll have periods where we get some showers. There can be some stronger ones mixed in, especially later this afternoon, and then they all should fizzle out after sunset tonight. I do not expect to see the showers linger as long tonight like they did last night. We're starting off today at 73 in Thomasville, 74 in Tallahassee, 75 in Valdosta. A little breeze trying to get rid of some of that fog, but we've got some reduced visibilities out there. 76 right now at St. Mark's, one of the warm spots. Blakely, 68, the cool spot. Most numbers, we're talking 73s, 74s, and 75s. Visibilities all pretty much between 4 and 7 miles, so not crazy dense fog, but enough for some of those patchy fogs, and I think we're going to have to put up with that as we go through the next hour. Off here to the north and west, we can see this thin line of showers, thicker line of clouds. That is the next boundary, the leading edge of drier air. Not necessarily cooler air, but drier air. Now, there are parts of the northeast that got a little tiny taste of what fall weather's like, but that's staying way off to our north. We're still in the middle of summer here, and it's going to stay that way. As a matter of fact, even if this boundary, that leading edge of drier air gets here, we're not expecting our temperatures to drop, but we'll maybe be able to cut some of the humidity a little bit, which would make it feel a little better outside. But I think we could actually find higher daytime highs if the air dries out. It's one of those unique properties of air. Dry air heats up and cools off a little bit faster than more humid air does. So fingers crossed that we can get some of the drier air in here for Thursday, Friday. All of this well out in advance of what's going on in the tropics. Dorian looking a little bit more ragtag, a little bit more stretched out as it interacts with those windward islands. Moving across into the Caribbean, it should be able to reform a little bit better and strengthen a little bit more. National Hurricane Center backing off for now on bringing this back to hurricane strength as it nears Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. The 5 o'clock advisory gives it 50-mile-per-hour sustained winds. That motion is west and northwest at 13. By late Wednesday, early Thursday, this is going to be a really important time in the cycle of this system. The more land it interacts with, especially if it's more of Hispaniola where those mountains are, where it cuts it off from its water supply, its energy supply, its fuel source, well, that should be able to weaken it a bunch, and then it'll change it a little bit, and that could alter its course for when it emerges near the Bahamas, and then all of a sudden that cone 5, 6, 7 days down the road just gets huge from the Florida Keys all the way up to South Carolina. Now, we know that cone will shrink as we get closer to it, so let's not obsess about days 5, 6, and 7 right now. Let's keep it in the back of our mind that there are possibilities days 5, 6, and 7. Now, and of course, nobody needs that on a holiday weekend, but what we're going to be watching real carefully is that interaction with that first hurdle, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, neither or both. That will make a huge difference heading towards the upcoming weekend. So for the time being, we watch, we wait, we see. On the Gulf today, winds out of the west, 8 to 16, seas 1 to 3 feet, a light chop in the bays. Of course, everything's going to get more active out there, too, over the next several days. Low tides finishing up this morning just past 7 o'clock. We're talking 70s and muggy. Lots of clouds today. Those rain chances will crank up to about 60% for this afternoon, maybe a little higher than that. Some stronger thunderstorms are possible. Highs near 90. Clouds tonight, more muggy tonight, too. And over the next couple of days, we talk about that drying air. The drying is trying by Thursday, Friday, but of course, guys, that would make it hotter Thursday, Friday.